بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
Now, the next thing, once we have the connectivity here, it's not enough, right? So what I want is, I want to make sure that the users sitting here should be able to communicate with the remote networks. And to make that possible, the first thing, we need to make sure that we have a connectivity in the LAN as well as in the WAN, but that's not sufficient. We also need to assign the IP addresses as per the rules. Because every device in the network requires an IP address. Like we have already assigned some IP addresses here. Let's say if I'm using 192.168.1.subnet, and we'll be assigning 192.168.1.1 here, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Just like we have assigned the IP addresses to each and every computer, we need to assign. And the same way, we also need to assign the IP address to the router also. So router also requires an IP address. So depending upon the number of interfaces we have connected, we need that many IP addresses. So which means like on the router 1, we need 2 IPs. On the router 2, we need 3 IPs. And on the router 3 also, we need to assign 3 IP addresses. And on the router 4 also, we need to assign 2 IP addresses. So depending upon the number of interfaces you're connecting, we need to assign the IP address to those interfaces. So that's the first thing we need to understand. Assigning the IP addresses is important. But again, what are the rules for the assigning the IP addresses? Because it's not like you can just go ahead and assign whatever the IP you want. You have to make sure that you are assigning the IP addresses as per the rules. So there are 4 important rules we must keep in mind whenever we are trying to assign the IP address. Like let's say you are designing the network, or your network has been designed, and the main part is after connectivity, they must have an IP addresses. So let's go one by one. There are 4 different rules. We'll go with one by one. The first rule is all the LAN and the WAN should be in different networks. Now, the prerequisite here, before we go ahead, I expect you to already have the IP addressing concept clear. Because if you remember, we discussed there are 3 different classes. We have ABC. We can use ABC classes. And ABC like 0 to 127, 128 to 191 range, and 192 to 223 range. And in the A class, there is only one network portion has to be same to be in the same network. And in the B class, there are 2 network portions. And in the C class, there are 3 network portions. Now, whenever you see any IP address, let's say if I'm writing 192.168.1.10 and I'm writing 192.168.2.15, we should be in a position to identify whether they are in the same network or different network. So if it is a C class, then there are 3 network portions. So network portion, if it is same, they are in same network. If they are different, they are in different networks. So again, I recommend you to go back to the IP addressing scheme rules, whatever we discussed, in case if you don't remember. And please recollect the rules, because here the main thing, we should be in a position to understand the same network or different network logically how it looks. So to start with, the first rule is all the LAN and the WAN should be in different networks, which means, let's say I'm going to assign any network. You can use A, B, C, D, whatever the ABC classes. Let's say I'm using a 192.168.1. network, the private network for my LAN. And I'm going to assign the IP address as 192.168.1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, right? So when I say this is one LAN, means they must be on the same network, right? Because all the PCs in my LAN should be in the same network. So the network portion has to be same. We have 3 network portions, and the network portion is 192.168.1, right? So let's say now we are assigning the IP address to the next network. Now here, I cannot give something like this. Let's say if you try to give 192.168.1.5, this is not correct. Why? Because this is a different LAN, this is a different LAN. So they are different LANs, means physically they are different networks. They should also be logically different networks. So if I try to give the IP address as 1.5, 1.6, this is not going to work. And the reason is because when you say they are in different networks, physically different LANs, they should also be logically different networks. So that's the reason here we will be assigning the IP address as 192.168.2 network. So this is separate network, right? 3 network portions. I'm using C class for simple understanding, 3 network portions. If the first 3 network portions are same, then we call them as same network. Like here in this case, these are all same network because I want them to be in the same network because it is one LAN. And likewise, I want these to be in the same network, but these two should be in different networks. So you should not repeat the same network. That's what I said here. So all the LAN and all the WAN should be in different networks. So you should not repeat the same network. So 2 dot network, we have assigned 192.168.2 dot network. Like, let's go in order. Here I'm going to use 192.168.3 dot network. And we'll assign the IP address as 192.168.3.13.2 here. And likewise, I'll use 192.168.4 dot network here. So don't worry, this /24 we'll see in the submitting. Basically, it is 24 represents there are 3 network portions. So 8, 8, 8. It's like 24 network bits. That's what it actually refers to. So the first rule we need to keep in mind, we should not repeat the same network. So start with the LAN, decide the LAN networks, make sure that every LAN should be in different network. Now coming back to the second rule, the router Ethernet IP or the LAN IP and the LAN network should be in the same network, which means whatever the network we are using here, we need to assign the IP address here also, right? Now this IP is referred as a default gateway. Default gateway address, the interface which goes and connects to the LAN. And this IP also should be in the same network because this is complete one LAN. This is complete one LAN, right? This is not a separate LAN. So this IP here also, it should be in the same network. So we have to assign one IP from the same network, which means the network portion has to be the same. For the sake of identifying easily, I'll use 1.100. Some fancy numbers we can use 150 last numbers we generally use like that. So I'm going to use 192.168.1.100. And on the router 2, I have to use 192.168.2.100. You can still use 2.3 also, okay? You can still write 2.3, but I don't really recommend use some different number range for the sake of differentiation. And likewise, I'm going to assign 192.168.3.100 and 4.100 here. So these two must be in the same network. These must be in the same network. So the gateway and the LAN should be in the same network. Remember that. The gateway and the LAN should be in the same network. The gateway and the LAN should be in the same network. If they are in different networks, that's not going to work. Why? Because let's say you're sending a packet from 192.168.1.1 and you want to send the packet to 2.5. So the packet will go to the gateway, right? If the gateway is in a different network, then how it will work? So the gateway has to be in the same network so that it will route the packet. We'll see more on this when we get into the routing concepts. Now coming back to the third rule, the third rule is both the interfaces of the router facing each other should be in the same network. Now we also need to assign the IP address on this interface and this interface, the WAN IP. Even though the WAN connection is given by the provider, that doesn't mean that it will work automatically. You have to assign the IP address here as well. So these two must be in the same network, which means, let's say, can I give this 3.10, 3.11? So as per the third rule, these two must be in the same network. They're in the same network. It works. But again, if you come back with the first rule, remember the first rule, we should not repeat the same network, right? So already 192.168.3 network is already used here. And if I'm trying to use again here, that's not going to work. Why? Because the simple thing, let's say I'm sending a packet from this source and my destination is 192.168.3.10, which means it will refer to 3 network. So this device will get confused whether 3 network is here or here, right? Just like if you have two destinations with the same name or the same network, that's confusing, right? So that's the reason the first rule initially itself says you cannot repeat the same network, whether in the LAN or in the WAN. Okay, so these things we need to keep in mind. So I cannot use I cannot use one dot network, 192.168.1.2.3.4, because that's already given. So I have to, if I go with a continuation, I'll use 5.1, 5.2. I think this is okay because the 192.168 dot network I'm not using anywhere. And here, can I use again 5.3 here, 5.4? I cannot use again because now again, I cannot repeat the same network again. So make sure that you don't repeat the same network. Again, go back to the first rule. So I'm using 192.168 6 dot network. Let's say 6.1, 6.2, and then 7.1, 7.2. So now if you see, all the rules are satisfying. Like the first rule, what it says, should not repeat the record. So I'm using 1 dot network, 2 dot network, 3 dot network, 4 dot network, 5, 6, 7. So there's no repetition. And the second rule is the gateway and the LAN should be in the same network. The gateway and the LAN should be in the same network. The gateway and the LAN should be in the same network. The second rule. The third rule says the WAN interface IPs should be on the same subnet. These two on the same subnet, these two on the same subnet, these two on the same subnet. Now, finally, the last rule automatically satisfies here as per our conditions. All the interfaces of the router should be in different networks, which means the router 2 is having 5 dot network here, 6 dot network here, 2 dot network here. So if you try to, you cannot, because every router does the routing and every interface will be in a different network. So if I try to give 192.168.5.10 here, and if I try to give 192.168.5. Let's say 20 here, it's not going to work. Simply it will reject the command. It simply says it's on the same subnet as another interface. Because each interface represents a different network. So this should be in a different network, and this should be in a different network. If they're in the same network, that's not going to work. So make sure that it is in a different subnet. Now, these are the 4 important rules we need to keep in mind. Remember the IP addressing rules, because whenever you go to the interfaces and assign the IP addresses, you must follow these rules. And if you don't follow these rules, simply the routing will not work. If you don't assign the IP address as per the rules, like same different conditions, whatever we discussed, the routing will not work. A few examples I already discussed. Like I said, if you repeat the same 3 dot network here, then 1.1 will get confused whether 3 dot network is here or here. Any one will not work. So definitely that's not going to work. Okay. So what are the 4 rules? The 4 rules are simple. The router, all the LAN and the WAN should be in different networks. So total there are 7 networks we use here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. LAN and WAN. This is my LAN and this is WAN. So all are different networks. We did not repeat any networks. So I used 1 dot network here, 2 dot network, 3 dot network, 4 dot network, 5, 6, 7 networks. And the router Ethernet IP means this interface, these two in the same network, this in the same, because this is a LAN, simple thing. It's a LAN, so the LAN network should be same. And these two should be in the same network, right? These two should be in the same network, same network, same network. And finally, every router interface should be in different networks.